So it's
Right.
different. It's not the same type of women he has access to. If he's trying to vet a woman at his age, he's not going to have the same selections. It's not so many wholesome women that's going to be down for like how your wife, my wife might be. It's different. As you get lower in age, the women are worse. Not to say you can't find a good woman, but it's a lot harder. And that's probably not his personal experience because it's slim pickings out here to find a legit woman that's really going to be
That's
understanding
true.
that. Like
That's
for
true.
real, that it's the dating pool down there is straight trash. We talk about millennials and lower Gen Z, especially.
Zennials,
Get it? Yeah,
I'm,
you can forget about it.
I'm gonna say
Forget
this.
about it.
So when you get older, you got a wife and kids. It ain't just the job. You got some insurance, and if that job is out and you ain't got no more insurance, you got appointments and stuff to make. That's going to affect you and the kids. So this is an opportunity to humble yourself and be like, babe, here's what happened, but here's what I'm doing now. Every woman's going to panic a little bit, but when you show that you didn't just lose it and that you crying, and then now you got all your boys over sympathizing with you. Y'all got Kleenexes, listening to to sad music, right? No, you tell the babe, I lost the job, but I've already got 3 more applications in. If you know something, let me know as well. I'll do whatever I got to do to make sure we're good. But you got to tell your wife about that because it's not just the job. It's insurance. If you guys are investing, it's all kind of other stuff. So listen to the older men on this one.
You have a plan.
Hold on, I'm big on keeping women on a need to know basis. If it's a problem I can handle on my own, I'd rather do that.
This is your wife. This ain't
your wife. We're talking about your wife. We're not talking about
Either way,
your
it's the same thing. Either way,
no, it's not,
if I can handle it myself and keep her from coming in my world with my problems, I'd rather keep it like that.
Now she needs
y'all have the same world though. Y'all have the same world.
Your problems. Because your problems affect her.
Women don't know how to handle what we going through.
Well, they may not know how to handle it, but doesn't mean she doesn't need to know that you lost your job or that you was laid off or you know what I'm saying, whatever the case. Are you going through a deep depression? She needs to know that so she can approach you. I mean, you never know what's going on with you. I mean, you could be at a point where she's like, what's wrong with you? And something really wrong, but you ain't sure that you ain't let her know. So she thinking everything's good. She's going her spending and still spending like the income is still the same. All of a sudden it's not. What are you going to do?
You got to communicate with a woman. You got to communicate with a woman.
Now, if you lose your job as a man, and you looking for a job, let's say you're not finding no job. How long you think your wife giving you to find a job?
See, Jason, I think the issue you're coming from.
I don't need no woman to motivate me. Yeah, I'm not going to be in a house playing PlayStation and game and all that if I ain't got no goddamn job. I feel like a goddamn loser.
I agree, but let's say you trying your best. You doing the resume. You doing everything.
I don't have time to play games.
You're not playing games. No, you out and about looking for a job. Let's say you still can't find a job. How long your wife thinks?
But you talking about playing the PlayStation? I ain't got time for that. I'm online. I'm online every hour an hour trying to find this.
I'm not saying that you playing PlayStation. I'm saying you out and about.
Hold on. I hear you. I hear you, Jay.
How long you think your wife gonna give you to get your shit together? You depressed? You got all that. How long she gonna be like, all right, you depressed? I got you, babe. You depressed? I'm gonna carry the slack. How long that gonna last? Be real.
Essentially, what you're getting at is you're trying to determine how ride or die your wife is what you're getting at. And that's a personal issue because you got that comes to like how well you choose.
Yeah, but it's different. Now I'm gonna tell you, I feel like he's in a little bit of a lower age group, and I'm familiar with a lot of these women in that lower age group. So it's different. It's not the same type of women he has access to. If he's trying to vet a woman at his age, he's not going to have the same selections. It's not so many wholesome women that's going to be down for like how your wife, my wife might be. It's different. As you get lower in age, the women are worse. Not to say you can't find a good woman, but it's a lot harder. And that's probably not his personal experience because it's slim pickings out here to find a legit woman that's really going to be understanding that. Like for real, that it's the dating pool down there is straight trash. We talk about millennials and lower Gen Z, especially. Get it? Yeah, and you can forget about it.
I'm gonna say this.
Forget about it.
I'm gonna say this. If you don't tell your wife about you losing your job, you're gonna run into it. I guarantee you that she'll speed that clock up a whole lot fast on you because she's not in the know. She's doing things normal. Next thing you know, like Sir Hill said, she goes to the doctor and she gives the insurance card, and the card doesn't. The insurance is off. She goes and swipes the debit card, and nothing's there. So now she has to come back to you and ask you questions, and she about to find out now that you lost your job 3 weeks ago. So it should.
Now you become a liar. Now you become a liar. That's the issue when it comes to her. You become a liar because she can't trust you. If her livelihood and her world is dependent upon yours, she is in your boat, y'all in the same boat, and you don't communicate that, she's gonna take that as distrust. She's gonna take that as you don't trust me, you don't love me, you don't care about me, you don't think I'm down for you. It's gonna be you're gonna be worse off. I guarantee. I'm not married, haven't been married, but I know that about women. You're gonna be worse off if you don't communicate that, because communication is everything when it comes to big situations like that. You can't hide that. You can't remedy that.
I got a question for Trey real quick, because a lot of times when I say this, the argument is women of my age group, and my argument is women of all age groups, because that's me. That's my argument. Because let's look at this. On the Kevin Samuels show, was it only women in my age group? Let's be real. It's all of them. All of them. So that
here's what I'm saying. It gets worse. Would you agree that it gets progressively worse? You think that baby boomers were really like this? They weren't that bad. It was different. I'm just saying it's getting progressively worse, and you have access to better, wholesome women. That's facts, because I was able to find a wife pretty easy. I feel like I can survive in this dating market and still do it. But I realize that everybody's not going to be able to. And I realize that it's harder now. Like, just from I consult with women and everything too, right? And I have women friends of different.
Trev, is this a wholesome argument? Is this a wholesome woman argument, or is this a woman that you can tell some shit to?
Yeah, argument? Because what I'm saying is that I wouldn't make a woman like that my wife in the first place, right? If I can't talk to her and she's not going to be ready to hold it down. But what I'm saying is it's less access to those types of women. As you go down in the age group, it's less and less. Because I talk to a lot of these women of different ages, and it's different. Like, they don't have the same type of mindset. You see how it is right now. Everything is just okay. It's the same thing with young men. A lot of men are not nearly as ambitious. They're feminized. Like, everything is bad. So you don't have as much access to those women. And there are some older women who are like that, right? And I've seen as much as women go up to their 40s and stuff like that. But still, that's not baby boomers. That's like what, Gen X. And Gen X is the first generation to seriously drop the ball, right? Where it's getting worse and worse and worse. But if he was able to get somebody at the, medium point of Gen X, then I think you would be in decent shape. For the most part. Of course, it's going to vary woman to woman, but you got to realize just think about what type of a woman would even go on Kevin Samuels in the first place. My wife would never do that. Most of your wives would never do that. So we can't get wrapped up in what happens on social media, because real women, most women that I would have ever dated would not have touched social media in the first place, even to present day. They would not be on there posting content, would not be on there getting on people's lives. So we get it confused a lot because what's exposed to us on social media, but that's not real. Right? It gives you somewhat of a barometer of how bad the state is, but it's not in actuality. There's some people who I know personally that don't even have a Facebook account, don't have a TikTok, don't have Instagram, don't even be on YouTube. They deal with real life. So that's what I'm saying. Most people they're overrepresented. It's a loud minority of women who are out there doing all this nonsense. And a lot of women will never be on dating apps neither. So it's difficult for you to get access to good women, because most of the ways that we have easy access to them, they won't be there.